When I was growing up, every man I knew carried a pocket knife. I carried one from about the age of 7 until, well, I'm 30 now. So, and I still carry one every day. And just the few instances and times where I wasn't able to carry a pocket knife, I learned that there's nothing more indispensable when you need a cutting tool than a cutting tool. One of the things that sets us apart from animals is the ability to have and make tools, and knives are one of the first tools that we ever created, and that and the ability to make fire are probably the two most useful things that have helped humanity survive and flourish and basically take over the planet like we have. So that you might be wondering, you know, if you haven't ever carried a pocket knife before or any kind of knife, why you would need one just day-to-day life. And so I mean, there are practical uses, just cutting string, cutting open boxes, breaking down boxes, cutting up fruit, just being able to whittle when you're bored if that's something that interests you, adding an extra hole to your belt, having a letter opener handy. If you're an outdoors person, of course, you know, cutting fishing line, gutting fish, skinning game, using them to make traps, cutting strings and different things like that, processing food when you're camping, helping to process some tinder and firewood. Even emergency situations, you know, you can use it to cut a seatbelt if you or someone else is trapped in a car. You know, use them to dig out splinters or anything like that, which wouldn't really be an emergency, but still kind of medical, I suppose. Cutting the collar off a dog or a cat when they're trapped, or even to take it to the extreme, you know, for anybody who's seen 127 Hours, you know how handy a pocket knife can come in if you really need it. I don't think any of us are going to be needing it for that reason, though. Then there's the issue of like antiquity, just the ability to carry a pocket knife. Just because it's a classic thing to do. Men carry pocket knives, so people in general carry them. How many of you might know people, you know, like where your granddad or great granddad's or even your dad's pocket knife are? It's something that you can remember seeing them using, and an important tool that, you know, they just may have always had with them, and you know, it becomes a treasured family heirloom at a certain point. There's even, you know, like legends about people's pocket knives. Like there's some stories surrounding a pen knife that George Washington used to carry, and it's credited as being part of the reason why our country is here today. That if he hadn't had that pocket knife with him, that his mom gave him when he was a boy, that you know, our country wouldn't be here to this day. And you'll notice one of the things I didn't include here is self-defense. I'll make a video about that in the future, but there are so many useful reasons for carrying a pocket knife, but long story short, I do not believe self-defense is one of them. There's a lot of options out there as well for different knives you can carry, and we can look over a few of those in a little bit more detail in coming videos. But I mean, you know, you tend to have like tactical style pocket knives. You tend to have just traditional folding slip joint kind of pocket knives, multi-tools, and I mean, even fixed blades, which wouldn't necessarily always be a pocket knife, but you know, something that's handy to have. So do you carry a pocket knife? If not, would you consider carrying one? You know, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you next time.